Welcome to Disciple Dojo. As you may or may not know, just a couple of weeks ago, I think 2 weeks now, was the annual meeting of the Society for Biblical Literature, along with the meeting for the Institute of Biblical Research. It usually happens every year, the week before Thanksgiving. And this was my third time going, my third year at SBL. I've recapped my previous trips here on the channel. So if those interest you, you can check them out. Kind of follow along the journey of Disciple Dojo in SBL land. And this year we met in San Diego. I'm gonna tell you, San Diego in November is gorgeous. The temperature was perfect. I wasn't sweating a lot. Well, sometimes I was sweating, but it was because I was carrying a bunch of books around and walking. The San Diego Convention Center, holy moly, that thing's like half a mile long. And when you have events at one end and then immediately like 20 minutes later, events at the other end, and then the book exhibit, and then you're getting to and from your hotel, and then you're going and jumping in an Uber to go meet with people for a coffee or a dinner, or it was a lot, but it was also amazing. And so this year I took my GoPro with me and got a little bit of footage behind the scenes. And so I wanted to share that with you guys here in the dojo. Now, if you're interested, I will link in the video description below. So if you're watching this on your phone, just tap on the title of the video and it should expand and show you the description. I'll link to the websites for both SBL and IBR. IBR is sort of a group within SBL that leans to what we would call Orthodox, evangelical, biblical, Christians. SBL is open to anyone from any background holding any view regarding faith. And they partner with AAR, which is the American Academy of Religion. So I'm a member of SBL and a member of IBR. Some people are not members of IBR. They're just members of SBL or AAR, but there's a lot of overlap. And if you're a member of one, you can kind of go to the other events. So hopefully this behind the scenes video will be helpful if you're considering whether this is something that you want to be a part of, or you're just curious, what does it look like when 11,000 Bible nerds descend upon a single city's convention center? Here you go. Staying with a couple of buddies from seminary here. They are gone. They're early risers. The great thing about being here in San Diego is we're on West Coast time. So I am not a morning person. Everything I do is late at night. So it's like 6:45 right now, a.m. I'm never up at 6:45 a.m. But for me, it is 9:45 a.m. and I'm usually getting up at 9:45 a.m. So this works out great. Here we are over the harbor, and there's the convention center. So this whole convention center is going to be SBL Bible nerdery. This is also where they have Comic-Con. So all you Comic-Con nerds, this is where you come. All right, so we just finished up a session in IBR on the Bible and violence. The focus this year was on Jeremiah chapters 50 and 51. So Lisa Ray Beal and Joe Firth both presented, and then there was some Q&A afterwards, and really some interesting stuff. I maybe will share more of those in an upcoming video because it got me thinking about a lot of stuff in terms of images of violence, particularly in those chapters in Jeremiah. So that was the first session, and now the good news is IBR is in the same hotel I'm staying at. So my room is just upstairs, but we're gonna be doing, gonna have lunch, and then the afternoon session is gonna be Scripture Hermeneutics in the Middle East. That's the one with Rob Dalrymple and Yusuf Hakouri and some other friends of mine. So I'm looking forward to that one. And that'll be after lunch. But right now, I'm gonna grab lunch with my friend, Dr. Rebecca Eidstrom, who you may remember from earlier on the channel. She came on and talked about God's glory. So she and I are gonna grab lunch, and maybe if we run into some other people, they'll join us as well. But that's the fun of IBR, is you get to see people you've had on the channel and talk to. So, all right, we'll check back in later. So I just had lunch with Rebecca Eidstrom and I. We just went and grabbed some tacos right across, but now I'm going over to the convention center to check in. The first IBR sessions were actually before they opened SBL check-in. So I gotta go get my name tag, my swag bag. Actually, I don't know if they have bags this time because I don't see a lot of people with them. I just ran into my buddy, Dr. David Da Silva, and his lovely wife, Donna Jean. On the way over here, I'm gonna have to miss his session because it's at the same time. That's the hard part about SBL, IBR, especially IBR right now, is there's so many sessions that I want to go to.
and you can't go to all of them. They schedule them at, overlapping. So you have to pick like which session is more important, which do I want to make sure I'm at. And today there's multiple sessions that I wish I could go to. So that's the downside of having thousands of Bible nerds all gathered together giving papers and talks, is you have to pick. You can't go to all of them. And yeah, you can read the paper later. They're delivering papers and you can probably read the papers later, but you don't get the Q&A, the interaction. It's just, yeah, that's the downside of all this. But anyway, we're here at the convention center. So downtown San Diego. Founded by the Germans. They named it San Diego. Ben Witherington, you want to be on YouTube, Ben? Let me say hello to this guy. All right, so just had a chat with my friend, Dr. Ben Witherington III, BW3. And he also does tours with Tutku. He's been doing it for a long time. We were just chatting about that because of the tour that David DeSilva and I are leading, which you need to come on. If you're watching this video and you haven't registered for our tour, we're going to the 7 churches of Revelation in Asia Minor. So Western Turkey. We're gonna spend 7 days at the 7 churches and it's gonna be awesome. So get on that if we still have spots left. I don't know if we have any left. It's 25 spaces. Hopefully they'll be full by the time this comes out. So registration, we have people over the next day and 2 coming and getting all checked in. The exhibit hall looks like it's going to be right there. I hope it's on the first floor. That is the book exhibit. I'll be sure to show you guys because it is Bible nerd Disneyland. Like Toys R Us, but all biblical nerdy goodness. So I'll show you for sure, but had to come in, had to check, and actually had already printed out my name tag. So didn't have to do anything except pick up my lanyard. So let's go ahead and make it official.
Yeah, I
Look at that, there's Nijay Gupta right there in the flesh. I'm just on the back road heckling with Isaac.
What's good?
Yeah, we're just gonna be heckling and Ellie
Got the
and
Jobin
David.
Queen.
Behind the scenes. What is this, Paul? This is Paul in Judaism? Paul in Judaism, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Read the target.
Read the talk. I'm about to go see our friend David DeSilva. He's about to present on Hebrews in a Sri Lankan context. So there's just a ton going on. And then I think we've got another, I think I saw somebody up here I recognize. Dr. J Star.
Hey,
Just getting a little behind the scenes,
How you
Disciple
doing,
Dojo.
Good to
So,
see you.
hey, I'm Jacob Smith. Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
Don't want to interrupt. You look like you're in deep discussion.
Yeah.
So, just duck it out between papers. Take care, brother. So, yeah, people have all kinds of chats and find a spot to connect with folks that you wanted to grab coffee with or talk about their work. And it's just cool. You never know who you're going to see here. So, I'm going to go drop in on David's paper now. And I just got out of a session where the contributors to the New Testament in Color by InterVarsity Press, which I've reviewed on the channel, they are doing a panel presentation. So my friend Esau just gave some background to it. I'm gonna go back to that session, but right now, Ellie Weiner, who I had on to talk about Job, is doing a presentation in the Job group. So I'm gonna go check that out and then go back to the session so that I can hear David DeSilva's response to the panel. He's the reviewer, basically, the review response. So anyway, there's a lot going on, a lot of learning, a lot of nerding out, and I haven't even been to the book exhibit yet. So that's downstairs. I'm gonna go to that, then grab lunch, then afternoon sessions, then grab dinner with other people. It's just, yeah, a lot of busy schedule. So just got done with lunch with Andrew Witt, Ellie Weiner, some of the guys that I'm here with, and now I'm headed to catch Richard Middleton in his session. But look at this. I've never been to San Diego Convention Center, but I think it's literally half a mile long, right along the bay. And then all the meeting rooms are here. I mean, not all, but a lot of the meeting rooms are here along the back. So there's tables set up. People can just come and sit. They can talk. They can network. They can connect. Overlooking the bay. Of the 3 SBLs I've been to, this is definitely the best convention center. And it's just really nice. It's a beautiful day too. Well done, San Diego. So we just got done with Richard Middleton, presented a session in the SBL group, Christian theology and the Bible, something like that, on the concept of open theism and Samuel, Prophet Samuel and God, and how Samuel's view of God doesn't seem to line up with how God acts. And that's going to be what Richard's writing about in an upcoming book. Looking forward to it, though. We've been talking about it for a while, and it was a great presentation. I'll try to share his paper on DiscipleDojo, or link it when it's published. Anyway, we're heading into the book exhibit now, and this is what most people who've come to SBL really nerd out on. Here you go. Check this out.
I met one.
Just Bible nerds as far as the eye can see. So we're going to go stop by. Here is Baker's exhibit, and they probably don't have copies of the Baker Illustrated Study Bible laying around. Sorry, guys. I don't have any ends with them. There's IDP over here. We'll go see what they have. I'm just going to do a quick walkthrough and then probably spend the next couple hours here checking out what's available. So if I come across anything interesting, then I'll let you guys know. Here's going to stop by the Langham table, see their resources. This should look familiar, you guys. And then the cafe over here for people that need the midday pick-me-up, authors to sit and meet with publishers, scholars to talk shop. And it's just a good place to meet. Say, hey, let's meet behind the book exhibit at such and such o'clock. And yeah, it's convenient. So here it is. All right, I'm gonna do some shopping. Oh, look at Beth Stovell is here. Doing a little behind the scenes YouTube tour of
very nice.
Bible Nerd Paradise. So yeah, this Beth presented last night at IBR. How was that?
It was good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm a little intimidating, but
Yeah, there's only like hundreds of biblical scholars.
500 to 1,000 people. I don't know exactly how many, but somewhere in that vicinity.
Yeah.
So.
She did awesome. She did great. So it was very, very cool. Where are you headed?
I have other booths I have to go to, but yeah.
It's good to your thing. Yeah, you're a rock star. Keep it up. Look who else is here. Lois DeVerberg. What's up? We're doing behind the scenes with DiscipleDojo.
Okay.
So yeah.
I didn't know if I was famous enough to
you are beloved. You are beloved on the channel, right?
Hey. Hi.
Yeah, where are you headed, Lois? Where are you coming from first? That's easier.
Well, I did sessions this morning.
Yeah.
Then what happens is you get drought or drown. You know, you either have 12 things all at once.
Or a long blanks.
Or huge. And then I'm going to Steve Natley's talk in a few hours.
Okay.
Or a couple hours. And so the coffee bar just opened.
Oh.
And at 2:30,
crucial.
You would
in the afternoon.
The crowd that we were like flies gathering around a dead animal. I think the Epic of Gilgamesh talks about the gods.
That's right. Like flies over a barbecue. Yeah. All the addicts were lined up.
Yeah,
Gotta get the fix.
That's it.
Where's Millie? Is she here with you?
She is working on her paper for tomorrow.
Okay.
Which is going to be exciting and hard-hitting.
Yeah.
She's going to be redoing. She's. You know, we are working on a book. We actually submitted the proposal for, it's called Reading the Bible Like an Insider.
Oh, love it.
Because I'm sure I might have told you this before, but when Millie was in seminary in Michigan and her professor was lecturing on Abraham and the animals that he's making a covenant.
Yeah.
Millie's like, yes, my grandfather did this. And this is what it means.
Yeah.
Walk through the blood. You know, she knows.
Yeah.
And like, you read the Bible like an insider.
Yeah.
Millie. We kept commenting on it. So we said, let's write a book about that.
That's awesome.
So, and the cool thing is that well, what she is very knowledgeable about is Old Testament and Torah and all those things, and that's what I'm interested in.
Yeah.
So it's almost kind of like we're skipping over the typical Christian. Well, I don't want to quite put it that way, but and especially some of the more difficult texts, the ones that kind of gross us out. She's like, yeah, we deal with this. It's fine. We do this.
Yeah. We're used to this.
You were polygamy, totally.
We're familiar.
Millie's husband his father had 3 wives, and everybody else in his family is polygamous, except for them, because they're involved in Christian.
Yeah.
So anyhow,
That's really cool. That's exciting. So did you did the proposal or the contract?
I wrote the proposal.
Okay.
We sent it to both IDP and Zondervan. They're both quite interested, and they're going to send us a offer.
Yeah.
And then we say, well, they offer. You tell each one, well, the other one offers.
Yeah. Zondervan, IVP, a bidding war shall ensue.
That's right. Wow,
They want the goods.
Wow. So anyhow.
That's awesome. I just came from Richard Middleton's on Samuel and or not Samuel. Yeah, on Samuel and open theism. So I'm gonna go. He's got one more this afternoon. It was good. It was from his upcoming book that he's gonna be. Good stuff.
Good for you. Yes.
Yeah.
I heard you. I saw your Facebook that you left your glasses at home.
I did. I can see. Right. I could see you once you got 10 feet, about 10 to 15. I'm like, yep. Okay, I can make. No, I can. I just can't read. Like anything past that second stall, I can't read. So. But I can see blurs, and if people wave, I'll just assume they're waving at me, and I'll wave back.
There you go.
So yeah.
It's just sparing you from the
overwhelming.
Overwhelming.
Yes.
It kind of is discouraging. It's kind of horrifying. Oh.
Yeah, so many.
Oh no. You feel, especially if you're an author, you feel like, wow, this is the ocean that my book swims in.
Yeah. It does.
My old books swim in. So anyhow.
Well, I'm gonna get some more behind the scenes, but we will catch up. I'll see you around this weekend.
Keep going.
All right. Take care, Lois. Bye. Lois Tverberg, one of the nicest biblical authors you will ever meet. Such a sweetheart. And her books are really good too, so check them out. Sitting at the Feet of Rabbi Jesus, something Rabbi. Her Rabbi Jesus series is the book. All right, I'm gonna look around. We're at Hendrickson. They do a lot of original language stuff, so I'm gonna kind of nerd out over here for a little bit. We'll talk to you guys later, guys. I'm here with Steven Nelson. So Steven came up to me and he was just like, let me interrupt you because I follow your channel, and which I will always want people to do that because it just makes me feel like coming here is worth it. But Steven is with Cross Bible, his YouTube channel. I'm gonna put it
Cross Bible Official.
Cross Bible Official, and he's a fellow Bible nerd. But real quick, just give like a plug of what this is. You don't have to go into all the detail of the nerdy stuff that we would like.
If you go to crossbible.com, the homepage has all the information. You'll see all of the different tools that I have in the header. It's all pretty self-explanatory, but basically it's a cross-reference Bible. I dropped the word reference out of it and just got the domain Cross Bible.
Smart.
I just launched in the beginning of October with our first 20 Bibles, which are all in the public domain, 100% free. But I encourage people just to register and come and support our mission. Like and subscribe us on YouTube, and we're producing a lot of content. And I have a great talented team of developers, and we're just going to be incorporating more and more features and more resources for all the Bible nerds out there to really dig deep into God's Word.
Yes, Bible nerds. So if you saw the review that we did on like Step Bible or Art Bible app, so this is a free resource, and he's working, going to be adding stuff to it. How long has it been out?
It's been out since the beginning of October, so just
guys,
not even a couple of months.
Ground floor. You can get it on the ground floor of what's going on, and help support more free access to biblical studies stuff, which is what we all want.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, Steven, absolutely, man. So we're at the Zondervan Luncheon, just finished up, and have a little fanboy moment here with Nijay Gupta signing Richard Middleton's book.
Get mine.
And the Ingenue. And Nijay's was one of the books that Zondervan gave everyone here in his Word Biblical series. Are you wearing the socks? Are you wearing the socks? Oh,
I should have.
that would have been a moment.
I will tell you, it's fun, but they're not great for long walks.
I imagine.
I have the old ones, the striped ones,
Yep.
stripes, and I've worn through them. So I wore through a pair, and then she got me another pair, and I wore through that one, and now she has these new ones.
Zonovan, you got to get better with your sock game. We need some thicker soled socks because Nijay's running through them. So. And also you see David Da Silva over here, the who's who of the Zondervan launch.
But yeah.
The man, the legend. And then Donna Jean Lovely +1. I'm Richard's +1 today.
Very good.
So Richard always brings me, that's his +1.
Which Richard?
Richard Middleton.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's nice. I get to come and schmooze around and get some behind the scenes. One cool thing about the Zondervan Luncheon was that I got to meet a fellow jiu-jitsu nerd, Dr. Andrew King, Old Testament scholar and jiu-jitsu blue belt. I've been wanting to meet him for a while, ever since I saw him post a picture training with John Danaher, who I've trained with many times over the years. So that was pretty cool. And then on the way back over to the convention center, I also met a fellow jiu-jitsu black belt, Vinny, who works over at the Bible Project. So it was a jiu-jitsu lunch at SBL, which was kind of the last thing that I ever expected. But that's the cool thing about SBL. You get to meet and connect with so many people, and it really is the highlight of the trip. Now, I got to give a shout out to Mason Slater here over at Baker Exhibit. I walked out of the exhibit hall with my backpack full of books that I had bought. In the process, I left my GoPro at one of the tables. So it wasn't until I got back to my hotel room, opened my backpack to get my camera out to look at some of the footage and realized it's not here. Went back over to the exhibit hall. I asked if there was a lost and found, and lo and behold, Mason had found my GoPro. So I was sitting back at the table the next day, and he walked by and said, "Hey, are you the guy that owns that camera?" And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, I was the one that found it." So I was like, well, you're getting a shout out on this video recap. So anyway, Mason, you're a rock star. Thank you so much for saving this entire video. So we are at Moxie and Ring Them Bells. You guys, if you're not subscribed to Ring Them Bells, Jason Basto had me on. This is their channel. And he's a fellow Bible nerd, and so they hosted a mixer here with some of the folks at SBL, just a few of us, and so this is what it is. Yes, Matthew Hofstad, you remember this guy? We've had a few others. We've got Carmen Imes over here. Ellie Weiner, Carmen Imes, Matthew Hofstad, Mark Reesner, Matthew Bates, Jason, tall dude in the hat. And they've got some appetizers. So yeah, just a place where people can connect and hang out at SBL, meet, network, talk about what they're doing, their projects, and this is the best part of SBL, is the connections and meeting new folks. So give him a subscription if you're not already on it, because he's putting out some good stuff. He's got some interesting interviews, and he's a fellow Bible nerd, just like me. After the Ring Them Bells mixer, I had one more stop to make before I headed back to the hotel, and that was over to the American Academy of Religion session, where there was a special screening of the documentary Israelism and a discussion afterwards. If you have not seen this film, I highly recommend it. It's incredibly eye-opening, and my friend Sammy Awad is one of the main people whose story is told in it. So definitely check out Israelism. It will make you think. So I'm here at SBL on Monday, and I'm talking with Scott Callahan. Scott is the author of, if you remember, I did a review of Aramaic resources, and he's the author of Biblical Aramaic for Biblical Interpreters or Interpretation?
Interpreters.
Got it. Baby. I said babby, but he said baby.
You did.
He's the author, so he gets GIF, he's the one that created it, so baby.
Yes.
And so we're here with him, and he's talking about his podcast and YouTube channel.
It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
Video also.
Daily Dose, and he does Daily Dose of Aramaic.
Yeah.
So Scott,
and we were just talking.
Yeah, we're just sitting there chatting.
And I thought it'd be great for the DiscipleDojo viewers just to know: are you studying Greek? Are you studying Hebrew? Are you studying Aramaic? Are you studying Latin? Each of these language has a daily dose channel. And so the way to kind of find out more is just go to dailydoseofaramaic.com. That's mine.
That's easy to remember. DailyDoseOfAramaic.com.
Yes.
Aramaic, not Arabic. Aramaic.
And you could also search it on YouTube in the search line and see the channel. But the thing about going to the website is you can subscribe so that every weekday you get an email that points to a video on Vimeo or YouTube where we're reading an Aramaic text, and it's just 1 to 3 minutes. And the significance of that is that's something that's easy to work into your routine, where it kind of helps you keep Aramaic active in your mind.
Yeah.
And so if you're saying to yourself, well, that sounds great, Scott, but I haven't studied Aramaic yet. Well, firstly, I've got the book for you, the book Aramaic for Biblical.
Yeah, somebody's done a video about that, I believe.
Right.
I'll link it.
Absolutely. But also, if you go to dailydoseofaramaic.com, the Learn tab, I teach through that book on the Learn tab. And then there are the scripture videos I was telling you about also. So it's kind of a treasure trove of resources. I'm really excited that we're at about 860 or something videos already. We've gotten all the way through the Aramaic of the Bible. So any Bible passage in Aramaic, we talked about the Aramaic in the New Testament also. So all Aramaic in the Bible we've talked about. And now we're reading the Targums. And in fact, today, as we're recording this, we've started Targum Ruth. So we're going to be reading through Targum Ruth for who knows the next few months. So it's an exciting thing to share with people because there actually is nothing like this anywhere else online, at least as far as I know.
That's awesome. So Disciple Dojo viewers, you guys are Bible nerds, and some of you are language nerds. And if you're wanting to go deeper, there are resources out there. And so this is one of them I want to point you to. I'll link it in the video description, and we'll have Scott back sometime and maybe chat some more about Aramaic and Hebrew and all that kind of fun stuff. So Scott, thank you so much.
Hey, this is great. Thanks so much.
Take care, guys.
We're here at the Hendrix Publishers booth, and I want you guys to see this. You can get it for $646. It's normally $1,000. The Codex Sinaiticus, and it is a facsimile. But this is if you actually want to have the Codex Sinaiticus, which is one of the most important manuscripts.
Of course,
This is.
one of my favorite names.
You can see some, it doesn't even have the full page, the manuscript was damaged, and then others are actually in pretty good shape. So what do you think, Bible nerds? Should Disciple Dojo get and give away the Codex Sinaiticus? We'd have to have about 100,000 more subscribers before we can get to that level. But yeah. Yeah, it's... Can't even lift it. Can't even lift it with one hand.
That's extra baggage right there.
Yeah, this is not going on the plane with me. But pretty cool. So if you are a real Bible nerd and you want a gorgeous coffee table book and a workout exercise implement, then this is the one for you.
Good to see you too.
The good news is you can get this digitally on Accordance and Logos, so you don't have to heft this thing around. But if you're interested and you actually want it, Gavin's a dojo viewer and he recognized me. And look, Andrew is here, who viewers you should recognize if you saw his Psalms episode. If they didn't, they need to.
I know.
Because we did a good dive on Psalms. And Gavin, where are you from, Gavin?
I'm from Vacaville, like south of Sacramento.
Okay, so local, California native.
Yeah, it took an hour to get
Yeah, and he has a great name. You don't pronounce the CH, it's just Molasky. Molasky?
Molaski.
Molaski.
Yeah.
Molaski.
Once again, I didn't get to choose it. So, yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I just wanted to get you, I'm going to put this, you're going to be on Disciple Dojo. I'm going to edit this together. So, yeah, but he's just, he's like most of the viewers, just interested
Bible? Do you have work in ministry or?
No, not at all. I'm just laity. I've been filling the pews for 20 years after becoming Christian, and I heard about SBL on a podcast, and I got brave.
Yeah.
And I would say, hey, if you like to be exposed to different viewpoints and the academic world about biblical theology, SBL is a good time for 3 days. So.
Yes, absolutely. Now, and Andrew, you can tell him where to find your books and where to find your stuff. Right over there.
The Tendo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Working my way over there.
All right, I won't put you on the spot anymore. I just had
bring
to get
money
that.
for books. Bring money for books. All the books are like half off, and there's a billion of them, and they're all fantastic.
Yeah, my suitcase was completely full the first year.
Yeah.
I've trimmed it down a little bit, but I've still got a couple of these worth. So.
Yeah, it's a hazard of coming here.
Yeah.
You're gonna spend money on books.
But for me, it's the year. My reading for the year and what I'm going to review, including the NIV application commentary, 1 volume. Guys, that'll be coming soon, hopefully. All right, I'm going to end this. But I had to have you on camera saying, what did you say, that I was the...
You are the first famous person I've met here.
That makes me laugh so hard, and I love it. And so I had to get that on camera. So here at the Crossway exhibit in the book hall, and I want to show you guys some of the cool stuff that I've seen from Crossway. One of the things that really interests me, I don't have any of these, I haven't used them yet, but they're Hebrew English Old Testament. It's the text of the BHS, Biblica Hebraica Stuttgartensia, alongside the ESV, and it's formatted so that they match on the page. So here is the text of the BHS, and then this part in the ESV translation. Let me do a narrative section so you can see. So it is unfortunately double column. I don't love that, but it does, like, it ends, the verse ends because that's where it ends on this page of the Hebrew Bible. So that's actually really helpful, especially if you're an ESV. I'm not a big ESV guy, but it's Crossway, so obviously it's going to be ESV. But this is a cool resource. I would encourage, if you're looking for a Hebrew English resource, that's pretty cool. And then the other one that I saw, if you don't want the English, is Crossway's Hebrew Old Testament Reader's Edition. And so this, it's just like the Hebrew Reader's Edition from, I don't know if it was Zondervan or whatever, but this one actually, instead of just having a gloss, it parses the word as well. So it'll tell you it's a noun, masculine, singular, absolute, noun, masculine, singular, construct. It'll tell you which verb it is, hiphil, verb, consecutive, imperfect, third masculine. So it gives you some grammatical information, not just a gloss of what the word means. I really like that. This, if I didn't already have a Reader's Hebrew edition, I would be very tempted to get this. So check that out, and then I'm going to talk to him. I might possibly at some point review the Church History Study Bible, ESV. I don't know anything about this. It came out 2023. I haven't had a chance to look at it, so I'm going to talk to them and see if they might be interested in letting me review a copy. But this may be coming later because that interests me, and I think it would interest a lot of viewers. So anyway, that's what here at Crossway at SBL. Yeah, so I'm headed to go have coffee with Richard Middleton, Carmen Imes, and some others of us that are getting together. And I just ran into Matthew Thomas. Matthew, where are you?
The Dominican School of Philosophy and Theology in Berkeley.
That's what this DSPT in Berkeley. Matthew is who reached out to me and said, hey, are you interested in reviewing the Ignatius? Is it just the Ignatius Study Bible?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so he put me in touch with the publishers who sent me a copy. And you guys have been clamoring for it, my Catholic viewers. So we got Matthew Thomas. This is who to thank when we do the review. I think it's going to be good. What parts of it you contributed to?
So my wife Leanne, who was running around here somewhere with our kids, but we did first and second Maccabees. So that's in there, and then I did the essay on the canon of scripture.
So when I get to the canon of scripture, I definitely had planned on reading that essay because I'll read all the essays. But I did not plan on doing much in Maccabees. But now that I know the guy that wrote the article, the intros and the study notes for Maccabees, I'm definitely going to check that out, and I'll let you know in the review.
Well, it's going to be good, I think, because the stuff that's in there, I mean, regardless of what denomination you belong to, there's just so much valuable stuff in there. And
that's the goal.
You know, so just trying to figure out, hey, whether you think this should be in the canon or halfway in or whatever it is, you know, just knowing it and being able to be,
content,
you know, positive use of it, I think as best as you can. I think that's the goal that we've got with it.
That's awesome. So anyway, you had a Catholic reached out to a Protestant to review a Catholic study Bible, and I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to it. It already arrived. It's sitting on my shelf. So the review will be coming soon.
Awesome.
So anyway, Matthew, I just wanted to get you on camera.
Yeah.
Guys, check it out. Do you have anything you're working on that you're writing other than that? Anything out that they should know about?
Man, I've been doing stuff on justification the past few years. So that's St. Andrew's thing. Came out a while back, article on that, which is
in St. Andrew's Journal?
St. Andrew's Encyclopedia of Theology.
St. Andrew's Encyclopedia of Theology.
So that's kind of the big thing I've been doing. Some stuff I'm trying to finish up right now.
Catholic writing on justification, guys. That's not a Protestant thing.
Trying to bring us together, man.
Yeah, it's not just for Protestants.
Come together as much as possible. So
love it. That's all. Man, thank you so much for saying hello.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're on the dojo.
You're doing, man. You're doing fantastic stuff. I'm grateful for it.
Dude, I appreciate it. Well, I got to go get the coffee, but have a great rest of your day.
Absolutely.
Hope I can meet your wife at some point.
Yeah,
and talk to her as well.
You walk over that way, you'll find her eventually.
I'm gonna just be like, Matt's wife. She probably won't like
all
that.
All little blonde kids.
Take care, bro. All right, I gotta take off.
Hey, man, great chatting with you.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to hearing what you think.
Yeah, I am too. Thanks for setting that up.
Sure.
It's so cool being able to run into people who, he just stopped me. I'm walking to coffee. And he's like, hey, DiscipleDojo. The hat probably gave it away. But yeah, that's really cool that he reached out, and I'm actually looking forward to reviewing that study Bible because every Catholic viewer has said, Ignatius study Bible. I was like, I don't have a copy. If somebody wants to send me one, I will. So very cool. Stay tuned. More to come, guys. So after having coffee and dessert with three of my very favorite people in all of SBL, I headed back over to the exhibit hall and stopped by the JPS booth. There's a new translation of the JPS that I wanted to check out. They didn't have any copies left, but I did talk to Malka over there, and she arranged that the publisher is going to send me one. And for Judaism January this coming year, we're going to be talking about, among other things, the new JPS translation. So that was pretty cool. So that was it. After making one last round through the book exhibit, I finally had all of the resources that I picked up. And now the only question that remained was, how in the world am I going to get this all into my carry-on and my backpack? Well, I got mad Tetris skills and I made it happen, got them all back. It was an incredible SBL as usual. Stay tuned for some reviews of some of these resources and other exciting stuff as a result of this, my third trip to the Society for Biblical Literature's annual meeting. I hope you enjoyed that little behind the scenes look. SBL is always a blast. The best part really is connecting with the people that I've been able to build relationships with over the past few years of doing DiscipleDojo. It's really cool to meet people in person who are literally surrounding me on my shelves here, and to connect further and to see what they're working on, what people are up to, participating in discussions, and seeing the resources that are coming out. So if any of this appeals to you, head over to SBL website, check out IBR, see if those would be a good fit for you. But I'm already looking forward to next year. I believe it's going to be in Boston, which is awesome because I haven't been back to that town since I moved down to Charlotte from Gordon Conwell over 20 years ago. So that's going to be a really cool homecoming. If you appreciate this video, we would appreciate you showing that by subscribing. And when you do, enabling notifications. We're coming up on the end of the year. I don't know if we're going to hit our 50,000. Our goal for the beginning of the year was 100,000, which was an intentionally insane goal, but it would be nice. We're kind of getting close to 50, and that would be a cool way to end the year. So we would love for you, if you haven't already, to subscribe. And if you know any Bible nerds out there, tell them about DiscipleDojo and ask them to subscribe as well. That really does help us as a ministry. That's all for now. Stay Stay tuned for more here at Disciple Dojo, including reviews of some of the resources that I picked up, as well as all of the other stuff we have going on here at Disciple Dojo. So click around. If you're new to the channel, take a look at our playlists and you might find some other stuff that interests you. We'll see you back here next time. As always, keep training.